I don't like talking about like politics and socio politics stuff. Um, and
Okay.
yeah,
So yes, okay.
yeah. So I
It's just,
have
but why is this why is this?
because I think that in order to be productive in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is best to focus on things which you actually have control over.
Oh,
And I think
okay.
when you get into especially when it's the main conversation in your life,
Yeah, yeah.
and you talk about like in order for you to be happy or to you to feel comfortable or justified in your life, if it requires another person or group of people to behave differently, I think you set yourself up to suffer,
Mm,
you know?
mm,
So I think that, that's not to say that things don't exist, like other people don't cause you problems, or other systems, or however you want to structures, whatever you want to call it. Not to say these things don't exist, but it's more about figuring out ways within yourself to circumvent these things rather than concentrating on talking about what this person did to me or what these people did to me, and
right, right, right.
they
Yes.
holding me,
Mm.
keeping me from doing this and every, you know what I mean, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, it is about like from living outside in. Yes,
yeah.
like if you like look outside at the screen, a lot of things happening. They talk this way, they do this way, they make this decision, that made that decision, and so it's all everything about the controlling, kind of manipulating, controlling,
Hmm.
and so on. So. And
Yeah.
then it's actually, like I hear you, so it's just like, how about like turn this all around, so
Hmm.
go in and
Hmm.
then start so start whatever,
Hmm.
so from inside out.
Hmm. Yes, I mean, I think all solutions come from inside.
Of course.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
too. I totally believe in that.
yeah.
I totally believe in that. And I say like in our society, it's um it's not that popular. The
Mhm.
people want opinions, they want feedbacks, they want to know they are good, they are pleasing, they are want to be good people, or they want to be normal people. So
Mhm.
what? But this is normal, and this for me it doesn't exist. Yes,
No.
it's Yes, it's something that we make up, so we
Mhm.
made it up, so our society made it up.
Yeah.
And also that behavior outside, especially like education, we try to make everyone kind of similar, so like 2,000 students in the school, they make the one class and everyone is doing the same thing,
Mhm.
so, and they writing the same kind of like they for example, they write map, just like need to write something, yeah, map, or just about the history. They write about the same things,
Mhm.
or need to look at the same task, and solve it, so,
Mhm.
but, and that's why it's just like, and this all also kind of getting um, judgment, on it, so I'm good or I'm not that good, so to get feedback. I think it's also the kids and also the people in general, they start to ask themselves, am I okay? Am I
Mhm.
normal? Am
Mhm.
I fitting in that thing,
Mhm.
in that
Right.
system here,
Mhm.
so, or I'm
Mhm.
maybe outside this,
Mhm.
and people don't want to be outside. They want to belong, right?
Mhm. Well, I mean, it depends. I think I do think people want to belong. Um Yes and no. I don't know. Because I don't think maybe I want to belong and I don't know it, right? I
Mm,
think all I am concerned about is being able to be myself amongst other people. Is that the
mm.
same as belonging?
No, I think so. That you feel yourself kind of like heard, seen, and held in, you're going somewhere, talking with someone, and
Mm-hmm.
they just not just like, he's like, oh, I don't understand him. I don't want to hear what he is talking about. I don't want to participate in his conversation. I don't want even to meet him, So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
how then it's this question on you? How will you feel? If something happens like this, So if we feel okay, the people are, you ask someone, do you want to meet, or you are somewhere participating in an event or going somewhere, so where you're meeting people and the people are like interacting with you normally, like kind
Yeah.
of like, yes, they say hi, they maybe give a hug, they
Mm-hmm.
maybe just listen to what you are saying, so
Mm-hmm.
then it's everything fine, but it can be different, how you would feel.
No, it would. I would say it wouldn't be different because, first of all, we experience this every day, right? Not every person that we want to talk to wants to talk to us, right?
Yeah, sure.
Not everyone, every party that you want to go to, are you able to get into,
Mm.
right? And not every group that you want to belong to can you belong to. So it is up to you to be okay, be secure enough in yourself to understand, hey, I don't, they don't want me there, I don't need to be there. Because what am I going to do? Force them
Mm.
to want me to be? You know what I mean? Like,
No, 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 no. Yes, yes, yes. I don't understand. I don't want to go everywhere. I don't, for example, go to the football match, and
uh huh,
belong to these people, who watch football, for example, So, or people like, again, like back to politician, so go somewhere where the people talk about the politics, or
yeah.
people, or whatever, So we're just not, where I'm not interested into, or I'm not, I feel like my values are different, so
Mm-hmm.
yes, so I will
Well,
not go there.
yeah.
Yes, but
Well, what
if
I'm
I will
saying.
go there,
Okay.
so and I'm interested, uh, I'm interested into that topic, and I want to talk with these people, and they just like pushing me away. So of course I
Mm-hmm.
will feel like, oh, something is odd here,
Yeah, see, I don't know if I feel this way because I try to. I mean, I'll try to listen to people, and I'll do my best to um try to understand where they're coming from and not react. You know, but if you ask me about certain topics, especially if I don't know you,
Mm-hmm.
I will just decline the conversation. And that'll be the end of it. And I won't need to explain why. Like, I don't feel the need to explain why I don't want to talk about it. I just, you know?
Yes, me. I think like I would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go, okay, I will be confident enough to say, I don't know about that. I don't even want to talk about that. Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. It would be also my way to go through this.
Yeah.
I think so. Yes, yes,
But you would
yes.
still, even though you would be able to do that, you would still feel excluded somehow?
No, in this case, not. In this case,
Well,
not. But I will be fear. I think like so. Um, there are, of course, there are situations where I maybe will feel. No, yes, I think like sometimes, like if I go to events, so and I or go where the people start to talk with one another, so I think that it would be in my case, so I would love to include somehow people, so I would
mm-hmm.
love to say, I would love to know all of you, so yes, I want to make you this feeling you belong here. You are invited, you are welcomed, you are seen, you are, I somehow because you are here, so yes. And I would love to ask, why you actually decided to come here. Yes. So, and if I make the gatherings at my house, I also like everyone is sitting, and I could say, okay, they can just talk random with one another, so and just be chaotical. And I will talk with someone, I want to talk, so, but what I'm doing in the last years, especially, so I really make everyone feel seen. So I just hear to everyone. And if the people are, for example, some of people are shy and they will probably never talk, so they are sitting observing that, but they also and you, and how about you, so I want also to listen to your thoughts, I also want to make your voice here. Like it's important that you also, so have a possibility. Of course, you can say no, if you don't like it, it's okay for me, So if you say like, I don't have to say something of this, think it's not, I don't want to do that, so then I will say, okay, fine. I accept that totally, so, but I will give this opportunity or will be interest, so show the interest, show my attention, so.
Yeah. But this is, okay, this is the scenario where you're kind of in your home space because you're controlling that dynamic there. You're talking about when they're in your house and everyone and you want to, extend yourself to a person that doesn't know other people. We were talking about the other situation where you go somewhere where you don't know anyone and it seems like everyone else knows each other. And, let's say you tried to speak to someone and they didn't want to speak to you.
Yes, it can be weird, so it can be weird where I just go, so just ask like why I'm here, so nobody wants, to include me, so like kind of like have like this including, so like this environment where I feel like belonging, so because like belonging is for me is essential need. Okay. So essential need for every, yes. And so if we start not to feel it, then something is happening inside of me, something is not working, so I feel maybe I will, so still have enough confidence and go back home and still be okay and saying, okay, I have my friends, I have my environment where I can be myself and talk with the people and they really want and they're interested in what I have to say. They are interested in my, my participation or, so. So maybe it will be not a big deal for me because I already have connections, right? Yeah. And I work with people. I have always someone, talking with, so that I have not that big problem. I think like for the people who are just more fragile, who have, for example, have no so strong social bond, so yes, I think that they could feel bad, so they do feel like I'm a failure, so I'm not interesting. They could start to judge themselves and shrink, so and feel like, now I tried again to come out, so and see, this is happens again to me, so of course, but they are in that kind of mindset, of a victim probably, so yes, anyway, maybe, or yes. And that's why they also not maybe capable to have a strong relationships because they always somehow like, everyone is against me or something like that, so their mindset is poor, so yes, can be, so, or they have like traumas or they have like epigenetic traumas, from their family, so, and the story from the family is this way. And they have this story, what they're telling themselves, and they go outside, so, and this happens. And then it's again like, Oh, see,
Yeah.
I knew that.
The thing is this is why it's important to become secure in yourself, because
Exactly.
if certain people catch you in that state, you
Mm,
are easily controllable.
mm,
Like
mm,
someone can manipulate you when you're in that kind of state. This is why it's important to be alone and not have to not let these feelings rule you, because I can tell you I've gone to plenty of social events and parties and where I didn't speak to anyone the entire time,
mm, mm.
and then but it didn't. I mean, also I'm an only child. I'm used to being alone. I actually like for me it's a little bit easier because I actually like people watching. I'll go sit on the bench sometimes and just watch people go by. I don't say anything to them, they don't say anything to me, and I just, my mind is, I got a whole thing going on inside my head, that is completely entertaining me, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm,
this is what makes it okay for me, and then I can go home and and I'll be all right. But
mm.
if you are ruled by this need to belong, this is how someone can manipulate you and create enemies in your brain and then tell you I'm your ally. You know what I'm saying? I'm your ally, and over here we don't like those people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm, mm.
And then, you know what I'm saying, and then they can control you to think the way that they think and behave the way that they behave, because they offer you this sense of belonging.
Yes, yes, okay, okay. We're going in this direction. Okay, okay. It's of course in our society and also in the places we are going, it can easily happen.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
scenario. Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally believe it's everywhere we go. So something like this.
It
But
doesn't have to be just real quick. It doesn't have to be the whole of society too. It could be in your very local environment at a party. It could be the people in your neighborhood that you grew up with. It could be anyone. It doesn't. It's not just society.
no, no, no. It's not just it, but society has like this specific bubble. Like a society has like it's like we have like diverse places. We have diverse like this all the culture of things. Like people who have like different traditions and so on and so on. So have like totally different bubbles. So yes, but a
Hmm.
lot of bubbles. So where we are coming, of course, this tribe or this bubble or with this community, they have their own rules, they have their own whatever. So yes, requirements, I don't know, so like you need to be this kind of person or do this kind of things. So and of course they start put their kind of, there is not an openness there so much. So they look at them from their eyes. So how they
Hmm.
understand the world, how they
Hmm.
understand the situation, how they understand this event. So
Hmm.
what I'm thinking about more like this authenticity. So like authentic places where you can come the way you are. So you, Hollis, you are coming and you are accepted the way you are. What are you doing? You want to stay this way? Fine. You want to stay this way? You're fine. But you also kind of like, you're not kind of left behind, but you belong, so somehow like have like this feeling, it's good to be here, so yes.
Hmm.
And but you are not, also nobody tells you, so oh, you need to do this, or you need to say this or not to say, so it's not some, there are kind of rules, but also there are no rules. So yes, because I
Who?
think like this is
What environment does that exist in?
not, it's not existing. I think like it's
Okay,
not
this is
existing.
what I
Yes.
was saying. 'Cause, I mean, my perception is that any grouping is going to have a set of this is what we do.
Exactly.
And if you
Yeah,
and if you veer outside of this, then people will okay, you going too
yeah.
far over there, you
Mm.
know. And I mean, the thing is I belong. I would say I do belong to multi groups based upon nationality, my race, my ethnicity, and all that. Like I belong to all of these groups, but I still am okay being myself within these groups, and I'm not so I don't have such a need to be a part of a group that I start going against my own self.
Yeah. Totally, totally. No, I'm totally, I would not do that. I would not do it with myself anymore. Never,
Yeah.
ever. I would love to do that. So
Yeah.
but this is actually, so where we start to do the things or to say the things or to behave or whatever, so, but when we feel out of this kind of like, oh, I'm going too far, I can abandoning myself, so somehow, so yes,
Well, now I'm saying
so
that oh yeah, when you go further into the what the group believes and thinks, then you're
exactly,
going farther
yeah,
outside
yeah,
yourself. Okay, now I
yeah, yeah,
got you.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yes, I I don't want to do that,
Yeah.
so I just like really respect also myself, and but actually I would love to stay all the time myself. So that I
Mhm.
don't want that someone pulls me and say like, "Ah, something is wrong with you. You need to do this," because we think it's good, And I
Mhm.
will say like, "Oh, come
Mhm.
on, no,
Mhm.
I don't want that." So that's why I feel like this is also. I think like this is not this kind of belonging, So
Mhm.
I think like belonging is just like in that authentic self, it's true, real self. I can go, I can be accepted there, I'm invited. I feel that energy of in being here, okay, So even if I'm totally different, I'm not doing
Mhm.
the same things, I'm not
Mhm.
singing the song, If everyone is singing the song and I'm just observing, I'm
Mhm.
here observing, and maybe sitting somewhere, in the corner, and everybody said, okay, you don't need to do this thing, So
Mhm.
yes, or you don't need to eat this meal, So yes, if
Mhm.
you don't like it, you are
Mhm.
vegan, be eating meat, and it's okay, So of course nobody will like push me to do that, So,
Nobody
but
tried to push
then
you to do that?
no,
Are
but
you?
it was no, but it was like really kind of strange things that happens as I started to, started my veganism, and it now like 12 years ago, something like this.
Mhm.
I had friends, and they made party. It was like birthday party,
Mhm.
and they not invited me because they said, "Oh, we're preparing something with meat and a vegetarian thing,
Mhm.
and you have nothing to eat. Why we should invite you? So, and I
Mhm.
was shocked. I was
Mhm.
shocked. I was like, okay, so it's not important that I here. It's a bit again about belonging. So
Yeah.
yes, so
Yeah.
it's not important for you. Yes, but it's kind of like we don't know what to give you, so we don't know what, how to feed you. Somehow, so
Yeah. See
you not
the.
you will not feel good here anyway, So yes, because a lot of meat and we make this barbecue thing and so on, So yes. But to
Would
put in
it,
the barbecue thing like some vegetables, would
uh-huh.
be not possible. I ask
No,
myself,
but
so.
what happened before? Were you like were you making this like a topic of conversation for them a lot, or trying to
No,
convince them?
nine, never ever. I just changed, I said like, okay, you can do whatever you want to do. I never told someone, oh, you also need to be vegan, never. I also
Yeah.
said like, I just make it for myself. I will try it because I think it would be good for my health,
Uh-huh.
so, and also ethically, it's better to live this way.
Uh-huh.
This is actually my opinion, so
Yeah.
my way of living, my choice. know, so, but I don't want to put my opinion on you, you know, so, you know, what you are doing, you know, you can do whatever you want. I know you are vegan, you know, so, but even you will eat whatever you want to eat or drink or take drugs or whatever, you know, I will never come to you and say like, oh, don't do that.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So, yes. And I, you know, so, and if I invite people, for example, you know, also to my house, and if they will ask me to, oh, come on, you know, can you prepare a little bit meat for me? So I would do that. I will prepare it, you know, so, but actually, if I offering, you know, so I do my gathering, I decide, of course, to do whatever I want to do. Yes. So I do that, and the people are okay with that. But if they would ask me, say, okay, but, and I know that a lot of people are coming, they're eating everything, you know, so yes. So
okay, but to go back to this, you didn't get invited to this party, and because you are vegan, and what was the conversation like? You found out afterwards that you weren't invited? Like you find out after the party happened or before it happened?
No, as they started to plan, you know, so yes, they told me, you know, you are not invited. You don't need to come.
That's interesting. And you sure it wasn't something else?
Maybe it was something else, and maybe they just used this, yes, to just give me a feeling, you know, I'm not invited, you know. So I don't know. So, but it happens actually. Yes, it's long ago.
Just curious? Was it multiple people planning the party or one person planning the party?
It was the birthday party. Yes, so this person was planning, you know, the birthday, you know, to celebrate the birthday party, you know. So, yes.
See, she was like, you gonna come in there with those eyes, and people are gonna be looking at you and your eyes, and it's gonna take all the birthday shine off. People won't be paying attention to me on my birthday. That's probably what it was. You know, this is like, come on, man. If this person is your friend, all they have to say is like, hey, this is when you come to this. I want you to come to the party, but I'm letting you know it's going to be some stuff happening here. We're going to be eating a lot of meat. We're going to be, you know, I don't know if you drink or not or whatever, but like we're going to be drinking. We might chop up a couple of lines or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just letting you know before you come. But
but but it was not the case, you know.
Yeah, this sounds like the person didn't want you there. Like it's and they found they found an ingenious thing to say. You know what I mean? Like I can you know, but you know, because you know I'm vegan. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs, and I go. You know, I go to party. I worked in clubs for years. I have like gone to many parties and after parties where open drug use and all of this stuff is happening, and I feel totally like comfortable as long as nobody tries to, you know, get me to do something that I don't want to do. I'm happy. I don't. Happy is not the right word, but I'm comfortable being around this kind of situation as long and then until I don't feel comfortable, then I slip out and I don't make a big deal about it. All right, this is getting out of hand, so now I'm leaving. But you know what I'm saying? And I guess people that know me know this enough about me to know that it would be okay. So I'm thinking in this situation, either there's some indication that this person had that you would not be comfortable, like sincerely not feel comfortable, or maybe there was someone else that was there that they thought would give you a hard time. and
But this
they
is as though assumptions, right?
yeah yeah
The
yeah
people are zooming and they go just into your head, so they
yeah
think they know you. They
yeah
think they know how you think.
uh-huh,
They think they know what you need or want, so,
uh-huh,
and this assumption, they're just killing relationships, killing
yeah
friendships, everything.
yeah
But the people say like, I knew what you will think. And I said, like, but you never ask me, so
yeah
you never ask me, so,
yeah
so you don't know.
yeah
You just like put something onto me, projected that onto me, so,
yeah
and then thought that this is true.
yeah
And it was never true, And
yeah
so, and sometimes we losing really good connections because the people never ask questions,
right
so they don't really want to know. They
yeah
think they know already.
uh-huh
They think,
yeah
oh, you behaving this way because you are this kind of person, so
mm-hmm
because they put you kind of in the box, so
yes
yes, now they put me in the box. Okay, if we go back to the situation, vegan box. So, so
mm-hmm.
yes, but I don't want to sit there in that box, so I can
right
be vegan, but I can be also totally accepting everything, but I also literally do, so, and in all the years, if my daughter came to me and said like, can you do something with meat for me
mm-hmm.
because I want to eat meat, I
Mm-hmm.
always say yes, so
right
I cook for my neighbor, for example, and he loves meat, and I know he has no time for himself to cook. He was working a lot, so, and I say like sometimes I just really want to make him a good meal,
mm-hmm
so, and without meat, this is for him to, he needs that protein, so
yeah
yes, and he wants that protein. And I say like,
uh-huh
okay, why just not to do that, so yes, and I can just overcome myself, my own kind of, oh, me, my egocentricity, so just like, okay, now I make a service for this person, so
mm-hmm
I forget
mm-hmm
myself a little bit, put myself kind of like back like a little bit, but I'm fine. So,
mm-hmm
and then do this action, I put myself, kind of like I have like my intention, so to make this person happy because I want that, so
mm-hmm
I'm not pleasing. It's not
mm-hmm
about pleasing. It's just like
mm-hmm
to really like maybe to see, so, oh, we have like a good connection. I know this person is going through something and I can do that. I have
mm-hmm
time. I have an energy and I have the skills and I know if I cook, he loves it, so
mm-hmm
yes. So,
mm-hmm
and this is what I feel like how we can, it's again, so not think in the boxes, not think into tribalism, go in that tribalism, not to put the labels, but how to just open up, so, and this kind of belonging for me is really belong, come the way you
mm-hmm
are,
mm-hmm
so, and just let's aim to connect with one another and see what happens, how we can stand it. It's of course like it needs a lot of self knowledge and self understanding, so,
mm-hmm
and also the people need also to understand themselves, I think. What do you
mm-hmm
think?
do I want to ask, do you have I don't know if you hang around a vegan community or anything, right?
Nine.
Okay, okay. The reason why I ask this is because I would think that speaking of these groupings and belongings and such, that I used to have a friend who was also vegan, and I know that she would if I were to have some dinner party and I knew there was going to be one person, and I prepared something with meat for them. Actually, I wouldn't do this, but I would say, okay, just like I do, if I'm going somewhere where there's not, I'm not sure, or I know there won't be vegan options, I bring my own food, or I make sure that I eat enough before I go that
Mm-hmm.
I won't, Um, but I did have one friend at one time who, she had a time limit on people that she met, for instance, where if they weren't vegan after a certain time of knowing her, then she wouldn't want to be friends with them. So
Oh,
I was wondering if there was any feedback that you get from vegan people who say that you shouldn't be cooking meat for someone else? No one's ever said this to you.
No, no, I don't have this kind of people in my environment.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no.
So
And
this is.
I feel like it's for me important that the people like, and I really ask them, I just like really like encourage them to be themselves, so
Mm-hmm,
please tell me, you can tell everything.
mm-hmm,
And I think the really close friends, they say, Inga, I trust you so much, but I totally
mm-hmm,
myself. I know it because they make this kind of uncomfortable conversation easily, so
mm-hmm,
easily. So
mm-hmm,
they just can, for example, show their, like, how, really show how they feel, So
mm-hmm,
I confront them with something, so, and I really see, they show themselves like easily how they, say like, okay, oh, Inga, you triggered something in me, so, but
mm-hmm,
I know what I can tell you. I know what I
mm-hmm,
can do. You make me angry. Yes. I felt
mm-hmm,
like, oh, I make you angry or you just get angry, so that, yes, I
mm-hmm,
get angry. I get angry totally, because of this, so yes. And I said like, okay, fine. Just like, let's talk about that. Yeah.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm,
yes. And so I think also in that direction, if someone will confront me with this, I have like a lot of resilience, so I can stand this conversation. I also
yeah,
have like, as because I had like hundred uncomfortable conversations in my life, so I can easily stand that, so I
yeah.
know some people were calling me, also my clients, my ex-clients, so, and telling me, oh, on the weekend, I hated you. And I thought, okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
What it was, I just curious what happens, so
Mm-hmm,
yes. And they
mm-hmm,
tell their stories, they have the space to talk about that. They are here, I'm listening. I'm not
mm-hmm,
arguing, so with them or telling them, oh, it's not good, or it's good, or whatever, I'm not putting opinion or not
mm-hmm,
judge them or telling literally nothing. Just sit there, listen. And then there is a moment that everything is fine
mm-hmm.
again. So
Yeah.
because they had the space to really make it, somehow like to give the voice, to
Mm-hmm,
this thing,
mm-hmm,
so, but it was uncomfortable or maybe really, um, yes, bothered them, so
mm-hmm.
yes. So, and
It's Go ahead.
yeah, no. Like,
I was
tell.
just gonna say it's just unfortunate when some people won't allow for the conversation to happen. Some people really have a lot of trouble having uncomfortable conversations, and
That, yeah.
and they would just try to avoid it, or avoid you, or get angry because you made them feel a certain way, and then they just are opposed to having a conversation to figure it out. um so yeah, it's just an unfortunate what that happened, but it's great when you give people the opportunity to do that, and try to allow them to be heard and tell you how they feel and everything. And if you can sincerely listen and take it into account, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we need that, and we need this. People need this,
Mm-hmm.
so not always shutting them down because it has consequences.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of consequences because every emotion, that it's not moved through, a feeling that is not felt,
Mm-hmm.
so yes, it's here inside of
Mm-hmm.
us. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's doing something. It's stuck,
Mm-hmm.
in our body. And we can get, if we do that years and years and years, we get sick. So because there are, that's what happens, we get like into this, yes, we're carrying this old stuff with us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, and with all the stories are also talking through us. Yes, and we are not authentic, so we are just reacting all the time because we're holding back, so and holding back and holding back and making ourselves silent, so this all the energetic system is just blocked, I don't need to talk about it. So here is blocked, so yes, I cannot feel it, so here is blocked, I cannot express, here is blocked, everything is blocked. So, and this kind of people are outside, yes, and they are not free. They are just suppressing themselves. They're not expressing themselves. Yes. So yes, and this is dangerous for them, so because they're creating this internal, so kind of yes, their internal situation for themselves, so yes, that it's not. Yes, it's kind of not healthy.
Right. Yeah. It's very unfortunate that people have trouble with this. It's yeah. I really don't know what you can do because it really becomes a decision that the person has to make to open themselves up. And also there's lots of people who believe themselves to be open and aren't quite as open as they think they are, you know what I mean? And I could be part of this as well, I consider
Me too.
myself, to be an open-minded person. But I'm sure there's things that that I hold inside, and it probably eats away at me on a certain level as well. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it's also like until we don't know, so there are things that also we don't know because it's so in subconscious, so we don't know like, oh, I'm holding now back, I think that I'm giving everything here and stay open and my mindset is free, I'm so I don't have this kind of beliefs, so but it still can be a blind spot, right? I think
yes,
so. Yeah. So we don't know, but this blind spot is working like kind of automatically. Yes. And it's happening, but we don't even know that this is happening. Yes.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so complex we are. Yeah.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
This is not an interview. There is no format. This is simply a conversation about life.